There's a train coming. Everybody knows that that's the way to go. Locomotive, baby, there's a train coming. Everybody knows that's the way to go. Good morning, good morning. Good morning to my viewers. Good morning to YouTube outside world. This is Just Released with Andre Wade. I come to just reminisce once again about some things. Uh, it's always a pleasant to me to come and greet you all on a basis of understanding, on a basis of likeness, on a basis of knowing that what I'm about to give is sincere and the truth. I pray peace upon y'all families today. I pray peace on those who are incarcerated, men, women, and teenagers. I pray for a very large release this year from Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I pray for a very large release. I pray that some things take place in this state that has never taken place for the better, for the offenders as well as the officials, the administrations that work for the state. I'm always talking about TDC officers, uh, peace officers, and the makeup of our judicial system that deprives us of freedom, and that side that seeks to free us on a daily basis. You know, we have a side of people that wants to see us free, that wants to see us out of prison, that wants to see us not go to prison. There's a conductive layer of people who wants to see good come out of something bad, even in people. But we never give enough notice of the parole officers that has a role to play as well once an ex-con is free, set free. I've been blessed throughout my life, my criminal life, to have been given some understandable parole officers. I was given some that wasn't trying to hear, and you know it's not as though that a parole officer has to so much be in your favor. And some offenders, ex-offenders, feel as that parole officers must go out their way to see fit something for them, and that's not right, because a parole officer is there to input the betterment of your situation in which you come to once you are paroled, to show the parole board the betterment of yourself as well as the messed up side if you get out and continue to do what's messed up. And you know, because you can't ask for nothing so right of someone that's paying attention to your life on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. You really can't you got to be appreciated in the to the fact if that person is evaluating you, and she or he is evaluating you in a manner that's that's showing some people who could have the power to send you back to prison that, hey, this person don't belong back in prison. And let's say you get in some trouble, right? Due to the evaluation that goes on, and when you get in trouble, that parole officer has a makeup of you because of the monthly meetings, of the weekly meetings that you have. And this is something you have to pay attention to before you get out of prison, because you need to build up that kind of relationship with your parole officer to the point where you shouldn't uh, uh, feel as though that parole officer is trying to send you back to prison. And you know, and I had some partners, you know, that really truly felt that way, that the parole officer had something in for them, right? And then all the time, it's not the parole officer, it's the person. Because if you have an understanding, if you build that understanding that's uh, that's created among the two of you, only you two. So, cause see, we gonna use. I'm a parole officer, right? But I also I'm gonna use common sense because I'm dealing with a person. I'm dealing with a being. I'm dealing with someone who was incarcerated most of their life, or been incarcerated throughout their life, and so now I have to make judgment upon this person. I have to make I have to build I have to write something among this person that will enable me to probably uh, talk about his character or her character in a parole meeting. And if you're not building something within that relationship between the two of you, your parole officer and you, then you not having that support, because that's a part of the support group that the people talks about before you get out of prison. Before you get out of prison, the people talks about you, someone that you. I'm just I'm not trying to sound like uh, a cop or anything in that nature. It's just so much that we have to look at upon making parole that that you can't overlook as an offender, as an ex-con. You can't overlook these things because I watch TV. I go to when I go to parole, my parole office. I listen to the guys. I listen to the women. I see what's going on. You know, I'm paying attention because I have a parole officer. See, I have a parole officer, and see, I don't want it that when I'm sitting in the lobby waiting on my parole officer to come call my name, that person walk up to the door and say, mm. So the other parole officer say, "What on, girl?" This boy Wade. I remember having a parole officer, and we was in the process of having our appointment, and another parole officer came into the room. So the other parole officer say, "Girl, let me have Wade." She said, "What's wrong?" She said, "I'm gonna let you have this boy because I used to have him before he went to prison. Now he's out and they gave him back to me. Will you let me have Wade instead and you have him?" My parole officer. looked over there at me and say, I'm gonna keep Wade, but you can go ahead and give me him too. But instead of that officer not wanting to totally deal with this individual, she asked to swap offenders, and in doing so, she didn't want to deal with this dude because see, you got some characters, some ex-offenders, right? They don't have nothing but 1 year left on their parole. They discharge and it's over with. They don't care. They don't care what they say. They don't care about their behavior, they act. It's a must that I pay attention to my behavior and my character, dealing even with the administration of the institution. I have to sound like something in a certain manner. I have to pose myself in a certain manner because I want the people to see me and judge me and have a better character to build on than the institutional character. And especially if I'm back in society. I'm free. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you've been gone 20 years, right? The people, but when you get out in front of them and your behavior doesn't coincide with the years that you did, they're not gonna judge in such a manner because the makeup it don't fit. You just did a bunch of years. You just did a bunch of years. It wasn't as if you did a bunch of years and you come out as that pride and attitude, that same everything, and so the parole officer is judging them upon character. You feel me? So we have to truly pay attention to our parole officers because if you violate and you end up going into a parole hearing, then you can rely on your parole officer to speak highly of you because whatever it was that gotten you into this parole hearing, it wasn't the parole officer that gotten you there. So that parole officer is gonna come and speak of what she or he has met every week, has met every month. Your conduct, the way you carry yourself when you come into the office means more so to you than to her or him. Because see, if you come into the office and you out of you when you come into the office, that's what you know. Building these relationships with our parole officers means more so of staying free, and it's a part of the support group in which we need. And we always remember that we have to have that support group of a parole officer. Hey, this is Andre Wade, and remember that when you tell somebody about Just Release, tell them hit that like button. Tell them hit that like button because ain't no telling what I might come back with next. But it's one thing I'm gonna come with something. I'm gonna come with something to talk about, to speak about, to express myself about to those who are willing to listen. So when you watching this channel, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit them thumbs ups. Regardless if you might not enjoy the subject or anything in that nature, but you did watch because let me tell you something. See, all I'm asking is when I ask you all this, I'm asking for y'all support in the matter of what takes place in my life with YouTube. See, and when I get these things, this enables me a better life in so many ways because uh, YouTube take they pay me. So when all I'm asking is for you all is to do is hit these like buttons, hit these thumbs up, share with share because that's the support I'm receiving. Y'all giving me these comments, y'all telling me how y'all feeling me and how y'all liking it and everything. Let's show some appreciation. Let's show some appreciation because I need it. On disability right now. One leg, people. One leg. I'm one leg. I'm at a point where I need that support, and that's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for is to hit them like button, subscribe, tell somebody about Just Release, and guess what? I'll be back with something else. This is Andre Wade with Just Release.